After 7 years of building my video editing business, working with some of the biggest creators online and generating thousands of dollars every single month from video editing, I'm diving into a topic that most people won't tell you about within the video editing space: the dark side of being a video editor in 2025. Listen, if you're thinking about becoming a video editor this year in 2025 or pursuing it harder than you are, you really need to hear this first, because what nobody's telling you could literally save you years of frustration, of burnout, and financial struggle, which is exactly why on May 1st, just a couple days from right now actually, I'm gonna reveal exactly how I've been able to consistently make over $10,000 per month as a video editor, while most other editors are barely scraping by. If you want to learn that, you can reserve your spot using the link in the description right below this video to get notified when this goes live on May 1st. However, right now, what I'm going to do is show you the brutal reality of what being a video editor is actually like in 2025. The constant price battles that we've all faced, the endless revisions, the 14-hour days hunched over your computer. But I'm also going to reveal how a select few editors are completely sidestepping these problems and building thriving careers with editing. And this stuff isn't just theory. I've lived both sides of this industry. I've been a struggling video editor fighting for $50 projects who could hardly afford to pay for my baby's food and rent, and having to actually get a second job working at a restaurant. And I've also been the editor who's been able to command really high ticket prices and rates, working with some of my dream clients that I could only imagine working with. And through that, the difference between this two types or two worlds of editors isn't just skill per se. It's about what type of editor you decide you want to become. In fact, let me paint you a picture of what most new editors experience when they usually come into this career path. Usually you spend hours perfecting your skills, although recently some people aren't even doing that. They're skipping the skills step. But those of you who are, you're learning every single shortcut in Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro or DaVinci, whatever you're using. You're watching tutorial after tutorial on After Effects and all these other things that you're trying to learn until you feel ready. Then when you do, you hop on Upwork or Fiverr, you see people offering to edit entire YouTube videos for $25. $25 for something that might take 8 to 10 hours of work. And you just feel crushed, hopeless. And when you try to charge what you're actually worth as an editor, clients hit you with the, yeah, but this other guy will do it for half that price. I don't really like to talk about the business side of editing too much, because what I'm really passionate about is the storytelling and psychology side of editing. But recently, this uptick in this type of person or editor who is commoditizing the industry makes me so angry to see. And I've worked with really talented editors who just can't survive because of these editors who are charging $25 a video. And that's why I wanted to do my best to just shift gears and talk about this topic of business within editing. In fact, I remember when I first started, I had a potential client laugh in my face when I quoted only $300, by the way, for a YouTube video edit. He's like, I can get someone from a low earning country to do that for literally $50. And I remember I felt crushed. I felt super discouraged. And you know what? At that time, I caved. I lowered my price because I needed the work, which is shameful to say. But that's the reality for most editors, a constant race to the bottom on pricing where nobody wins. Here's another dark truth about editing that nobody really talks about. It can consume your entire life if you let it. When I was starting out as an editor, I was regularly pulling, you can ask my wife, 12 to 14-hour days, hunched over my laptop, eyes were on fire, my back hurt, just to meet stupid deadlines. I'd wake up thinking about edits. I'd go to sleep thinking about edits. I'd literally dream about timeline shortcuts. Like, I swear, even my wife will tell you, I would be saying, she would wake up some nights to me talking in my sleep, saying things like, I'm sending it, it's rendering. Like, it's ridiculous. I was like fully traumatized by editing. And the worst part was, most of that time wasn't even spent doing creative work. It was spent hunting for the right assets, waiting for renders to finish with my slow laptop at the time, making endless revisions after revisions because the client just wants to try something different. It just sucked. The time to money ratio for most editors is absolutely brutal. You might spend 40 hours on a project that only pays $500. That's $12.50 an hour. That's less than minimum wage in a lot of places, especially in the States. Oh, and let me tell you about the horrible type of client every editor eventually encounters. I once had a client who requested 17 rounds. Yeah, you heard that right. 17 rounds of revisions on a 5-minute video. 17. Each time with super vague feedback like, just make it pop more, or it's not quite right. Like, dude, come on. By the end, I had spent 3 times longer on revisions than on the original edit. And the final product, honestly, in my opinion, was even worse than my first draft. But again, this is the reality for most editors, unless you do it differently. Here's where things get really interesting. There's actually another path, one that only about 5% of editors ever discover. And they might hear about it, but they never really experience it. And it took a burnout, almost quitting, to have a wake-up call and to go into debt to invest thousands of dollars into business coaching before I understood this. But really, if we look at this on a macro level, there are actually 2 types of editors in this industry, and they live in 2 completely different universes. Type 1 is the commodity editor. And these are the editors that compete solely on price. They take any client they can get. They focus only on their technical skills, and they treat editing as just a service that they need to churn through to make their bills that month. And you have the second type of editor, which I like to call the strategic editor. And these editors, they compete on value, not on price. They choose clients strategically. They focus on business skills as much as technical skills. They treat editing as a creative business. And the difference in results between these 2 worlds, these 2 types of editors, is remarkably staggering. It's night and day. The commodity editor will maybe make $20,000 a year working endless hours, where the strategic editor could literally make $100,000, even $200,000 or more every year while working fewer hours with better clients. This is real stuff, no guru fluff. Like, this is something so many editors are just blind to. So the question isn't whether you should become an editor. It's what type of editor do you want to be? When you do choose the type of editor you want to be, you'll likely wonder, how do I become a strategic editor instead of a commodity editor? It sounds like fluff, like, come on, like, give me real actionable steps. Well, it really comes down to 3 key shifts. First, you need to position yourself as a specialist, not as a generalist. When you say, I'm a video editor, you're competing with millions of people globally. People who, by the way, will charge way less than you for the same project. But when you're a specialist, for example, in the fitness niche, and you say, I'm a fitness content editor who specializes in making workout videos that drive engagement, increase retention, and increase back-end program sales, suddenly you're in a much smaller pool of people. You're not just an editor, you're becoming a strategic content partner who's helping drive results, because at the end of the day, they don't want to pay for an editor, they want to pay for results. Second is, you need to learn how to find and how to approach high-value clients directly. I am bombarded with emails from editors who want to edit for me every single day, and their outreach is horrible. Please do not email me pitching me on video editing. I do not need a video editor for my channel about video editing. I'm a video editor. You know, editors are reaching out with horrible messages. Hey, your video has a problem here and here, I can fix it. Like, don't insult me and then pitch me. And that's what I see so many editors doing. Like, this is real stuff, guys. I am not giving you fluff. I am telling you, like, actual experiences. You need to know and learn how to find and how to approach high-value clients directly. Forget the race to the bottom commoditized platforms like Upwork and Fiverr. The best clients that you can work with are not posting $50 jobs on Fiverr. Thirdly, is you need systems and framework for client acquisition, client onboarding, for project management, for pricing, for everything. Without systems, you're just winging it. And that's a recipe for disaster or burnout, whichever one comes first. And by the way, all of this stuff that I'm talking about right now is exactly what I'm gonna be revealing on May 1st. I've spent years refining my approach to video editing as a business, not just a skill. And I've developed frameworks and systems that actually have allowed me to consistently generate over $10,000 per month. Even, in fact, some months hitting $15,000, even $20,000. In fact, the last thing I want to do with my content is come off as some annoying guru. So let me actually pull up my real life Stripe dashboard right now. This is my Stripe dashboard right now. That shows so far this year, from January, February, March, it's April 23rd. So far, I've made $77,000 this year. So far, and we're only on April. That means I've averaged $19,250 per month. I do not say that to brag, and mind you, I have business expenses. This is not profit. Like, don't let people fool you and say that this is all profit. This is not all profit. I have expenses. This is my business's gross from January till now. I wanted to show you guys this so you guys could see that I am not here to give you guys fluff. I don't even like talking about numbers, how much I make, or the business side of editing online. I've made that clear. I don't mind talking about it within my private community and stuff, but online, I don't enjoy flaunting that or showing that. I know we live in a time that's a trust recession, and I know that people need proof. And that's all I'm giving you is proof that these systems, the stuff I'm actually telling you right now, it does work. I'm not just another guy talking about video editing who's actually not really video edited, who doesn't edit their videos and tells you how to make a bunch of money. Like, those gurus make me so mad. But anyways, I digress. That's my Stripe dashboard and how much I've made just this year alone, all while working with amazing clients on projects that I actually enjoy. Now, in what I'm releasing on May 1st, I'm gonna show you how to position yourself to command premium rates. I haven't charged less than $800 for a video in over a year. Most videos that I do are much higher than that. By the way, per project. I'm gonna show you my exact client acquisition system, which is fancy wording for how I get clients, that brings in high-paying clients without endless pitching. I'm gonna show you the project management framework that actually lets me complete edits in half the time with better results. And I'm going to show you how to build a sustainable video editing business that doesn't consume your life, but where you can live a life as a creative entrepreneur. I'm gonna show you how to streamline a massive part of your workflow, especially on the business side of things, all with AI working as your friend, not as your competitor, and so much more. So if you're serious about making video editing your career, not just a side hustle or hobby where you're struggling to make an income, then click the link in the description below. I'll put it as the first link to reserve your spot for free for what I'm about to release on May 1st in just a couple days. This isn't gonna be one of those super vague, just work hard and follow your dreams type of things. I'm going to actually give you the exact blueprint that I've used to build my six-figure editing business. And look, my goal with all of this was not to discourage you at all from becoming a video editor. I just wanted to paint a picture of what it's really like. And it can be an incredible career, creative, flexible, and yes, potentially very lucrative if you do it right. Despite the roller coaster ride that I have been on in this career, I've overall loved it so far. But I do want you to go in with your eyes open. The path most editors take leads to frustration, it leads to burnout, and it leads to financial struggle. The path that few editors discover leads to more freedom, not full freedom, more freedom. It leads to some fulfillment and potentially some financial success. And the choice is ultimately yours. As much as that might anger or frustrate certain people to hear, it is. In fact, that was something that I had to accept and own up to as well. And if you take anything away from this, remember, the question isn't whether you should become a video editor or not. The question is, what kind of video editor do you want to be?
Hey guys, my name's Dylan Reynolds and this is my new YouTube channel.
All right, so nesting clips together.
Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.